Good evening and welcome to the Charter Township of Elmwood Planning Commission regular meeting convened Tuesday, August 15, 2023 at 7 p.m. at the Elmwood Township Hall, 10090 East Lincoln Road, Traverse City, Michigan. Please stand and join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Carrie, would you please call the roll?
Chris Mikowski.
Here.
Doug Roberts.
Here.
Zach Toth.
Here.
Jeff April.
Here.
Nate McDonald.
Here.
And Kendra and Jonah are excused.
Okay, we do have a quorum present, so we can proceed with the rest of the agenda. We are at item D, limited public comment only on the agenda items. If you wish to comment on the agenda items, please come to the podium and do so. The speaking limit is 3 minutes. We ask that you please give us your name. You're not required to do so. It just makes the record a little more complete. So I will open the public comment period at 7:01 p.m. Not seeing anyone come forward, I will close the public comment period at 7:02 p.m. Item E, agenda modifications and approval. Commissioners, please review the remaining items on the agenda. If you feel as though one or more of those needs a modification, please state that at this time. If not, we will need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
If I may, can
Yes.
we add, under new business, letter B, we need to talk about meeting dates.
Meeting dates,
Yep.
okay. Thank you.
I would make a motion to approve the agenda with the one correction.
Okay,
I'll second that.
we have a motion and support. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The agenda is approved with the minor change. Item F, minutes of the July 18th, 2023 regular meeting.
I move approval of the minutes.
We have a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Support.
We have support. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The minutes are approved as presented. Item G, consent calendar. Does anyone have any questions for Sarah regarding the attached report, the training opportunities, or her monthly report?
I make a motion, we file the consent calendar as printed.
We have a motion to file a consent calendar as printed.
Second.
We have support. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The consent calendar is to be filed as printed. Item H, declaration of conflict of interest. Commissioners, please review the remaining items. If you perceive that you have a conflict with one or more items, please so state at this time.
Every time we've had a meeting with the Hills, I state that I've known the Hills for years, and it's not like they hire me to do anything, but they've been.
Well, thank you, but you're not currently in any contractual arrangement or anything? Okay. Then we'll declare that there's no conflict. Item I, old business. We don't really have anything before us at this time. Item J, new business, sub A, public hearing and deliberations for site plan review and special use permit 2023-07. Request by Jim and Melissa Hill regarding property at 0S South Briar Drive, 0 East Pico Drive, and 10651 East Grandview Road, parcel 004-260 018-00, parcel 45-004-280-019-00, and 004-0288-122-00 for hill storage, use of seasonal outdoor storage for boats and recreational vehicles. So I will open the public hearing at 7:06 PM.
Do you want to read this statement?
Yes, I've got to read the statement. Thank you. And
Let's see if I got one.
okay, I filed it differently, and I'm embarrassed.
Sorry, I'm not finding mine either.
I can pull it up.
Thank you.
This is the joy of having a computer.
I know, and this is the second time in a row I've been not prepared to read the statement. Thank you, sir.
Sarah could read the statement, it's her computer.
Oh, that's true.
This public hearing to receive input on the following matter stated earlier in the opening. In accordance with the official notice is now open. The Elmwood Township Planning Commission would like to make it clear that it is bound by rules and laws and that these will be followed when weighing the case. In order to conduct the hearing within a reasonable amount of time and to keep the subject at hand, you are asked to observe the following rules. The applicant will state their case fully and furnish the commission with pertinent information concerning the property. Township staff input, if any, will then be provided. Those wishing to speak for, against, or about the proposal will be heard. The public is encouraged to state their name and address if they are a resident, property owners, or business owner, but are not required to do so in order to speak. Please refrain from repeating what has been said before, and please do not involve personalities. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes, enforced by the vice chairperson or secretary in their absence. Be specific as possible. All statements or questions must be directed to the chairperson. Once the public hearing is concluded, the commission will undertake its deliberations and make a decision during the regular meeting. During its deliberations, commission members may ask questions of any person in attendance. Of course, you are not required to answer any question, but answering could be helpful to the commission. Any such questions and answers do not reopen public comment. The matter may be tabled or continued if more information is needed to make an informed decision. If the zoning ordinance allows the commission to make a decision, then the matter will be approved, denied, or approved with conditions. The decision may be delayed or postponed for cause as determined by commission members. So, thank you, sir. So, the public hearing is now open, and if there's, Mr. and Mrs. Hill, if you'd like to just give us an opening statement, please.
My name is Melissa Hill, and my husband and I, Jim, own the property that, the large parcel that you listed, which you have in front of you. We are asking for a special use permit for the outdoor storage of boats and recreational vehicles. We have been storing boats and trailers on that property for 20-plus years, not realizing that it was not zoned for that. When we bought the property, it had it on it, and we just continued to do so. Once we learned that we could not do that any longer without it being zoned, we came before the Planning Commission requesting that the parcels be zoned from R1 to neighborhood commercial. On August 16th of 22, that was granted by the Planning Commission. We then learned that we had to go to the Zoning Board of Appeals to get a variance for setbacks. And so we filled out the necessary paperwork, got a site survey, and had all of that, and we went before the ZBA on April 5th of this year. And it was approved by the ZBA for a variance for that there. We are now back before this planning commission requesting the special use permit for seasonal outdoor storage of boats and recreation vehicles. We have completed the application for the SUP, and in your packet is a letter from the fire chief stating that he found the site plan acceptable regarding emergency vehicle access, fire operations, and water supply. There's also a letter in your packet from the Leelanau Conservation District stating that there are no wetlands within the fencing area where we have storage right now, that there are no wetlands in there, and that the stormwater runoff is sufficient and it has an approved outlet. The Leelanau County Road Commission also sent a letter to us, as we requested from them, that the existing driveways have not caused any damage to the county roads, and that the driveways are acceptable that are there, and there's no issue with that. Also in your packet are pictures of the vegetation and buffering for the north, south, east, and west sides of the property. We have no intentions of removing any of that from the property unless a tree falls down, but at this point, there's it's quite surrounded by vegetation and trees and bushes. The property is also surrounded by a fence with 2 gates for entrance and exit from the property. And the dimensions of the fence are listed in your packet as well. We do feel as if we do a service to our neighbors, as several of the neighbors store their boats or trailers there in the township because they don't have room on their own property. And it's close by. And we keep the property mowed and maintained as we live in the neighborhood and are not interested in it wanting to be an eyesore for anyone at all as well. Some of our neighbors haven't even really noticed that there is storage there. They, unless you really kind of look and stop. So all we're asking is that we can continue to do what we've done for the past 20 years, which is storing boats and trailers there seasonally. So thank you for your time and your consideration.
Thank you. I just have a couple
Oh.
of questions if, yeah.
If I can answer them, I
Oh,
will.
okay. So essentially, you're going to just maintain the storage within the existing chain link fence. And I drove by there just today. I kind of looked over, and I know that there are really dense trees on several sides of it. Do you anticipate having to trim their canopy back so a limb doesn't fall on anyone's property? Or what is your plan to kind of maintain, the encroachment of those tree limbs over boats and trailers and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, again, if it's impeding or if it falls, because we certainly don't want it to fall on anybody's boat or trailer. That's not, we don't want that to happen. So, but we aren't planning on removing any of that unless there was a issue that it was hanging over or had fallen partially on somebody's boat or trailer.
And then access to storage, if somebody hauls their boat out of Elmwood at 11:30 at night, they just have to see you the following day to get in and park their boat? Or do they have like some kind of access to
They
get
have
in?
access.
Oh, they do,
Yes.
okay, okay.
Yep.
Very good. Those are the two that
Okay.
occur to me right now. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Great.
Okay. So, commissioners, any,
I had one,
yes.
small one, which was in the chief's report with regard to the fire, he mentioned that the gate has a lock on it and that might impede him. Does he have a key to that now, or do you have a way that he can access in the event of an emergency?
He knows where it's at.
Oh,
I
okay.
think if there's an emergency, those trucks will probably run right over that.
Well, that-
gate, too.
Yeah.
that's true, but, sometimes gentleness can prevail.
Okay, yeah. All right. Any other questions for the Hills before I open public comment? Okay, I will open public comment pursuant to this request at 7:14 PM. If you wish to make a comment, please come to the podium and do so at this time. seeing no one coming forward, I will close public comment at 7:15 PM. So at this point, we will need to close the public hearing to begin our,
I guess just quickly, I just want to introduce a couple of documents
Oh,
to
yeah,
the record.
thank you.
I mean, this isn't really new information. This is the minutes from when the commission approved the map amendment, the August 16th, 2022 minutes. I have copies available for the commissioners, as well as a memo that I prepared to the Township Board regarding the text amendment. So this just, helps prepare findings of fact for the commission. Again, this isn't new information. It's all been part of past records for a map amendment. And that's all I had.
okay, thank you. Do any of the commissioners have questions for Sarah regarding the two documents that she outlined?
Does it make any sense to consolidate those three properties into one?
That's pretty much next to impossible. Two of the parcels are located within a subdivision.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we tried to do that.
Yeah.
When we got the rezoning request.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Not impossible, but very time extensive. Not that this process hasn't taken a lot of time. But much more time extensive as well as costly. I have to go to the state because it's an approved subdivision through the state and the
Oh,
township board, so,
okay.
yeah.
That does add several layers to the process. Okay. Excuse me. I probably should get a motion to close the public hearing.
I'd make that
Okay,
motion.
a motion to close the public hearing. We have support. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The public hearing is closed at 7:17 PM. Now we are into deliberations, and we have you asked us to bring the document for, do you have an updated document? Oh, here it comes. Thank you. Boy, are you good.
Just briefly, to remind everybody, these are draft findings that the commission ultimately approves or rejects, amends. They can modify up until a decision to approve or disapprove the project is made. This isn't new information. The
Mhm.
commission has seen all of this. This is just my way of taking in all of the information that has been submitted by the Hills and preparing findings of fact regarding the project.
Under section 9.8 F5, it talks about the stockpiling of empty boat trailers or boat cradles, and we're recommending a condition be put in place that they can't be higher than 6 feet.
And I have those recommended conditions ready for you. if you
Okay.
want. Which of course you can add to, modify. So.
Do the commissioners have any other concerns or questions regarding section 9.8 F? Excuse me. Hearing none, moving to section 8.4. Looks,
Number 15 talks about no slopes steeper than 18%. I think the county just went through and re-ditched that. There's slopes where they ditched it that are terrible. They went way deep in the front yard,
yeah,
stupidly deep. But that's irrelevant.
right.
It's probably 50%.
Yeah, I recall last winter, I think one of the plow drivers made kind of a sharp right, and,
Ended up in there.
Ended up in the ditch.
It's on a calendar I have in my office.
okay, yeah, no, it was, I mean, the three people up shoveling the sand into another truck so they could pull, yeah, okay. So, but there's, the land itself is, there's no concerns
flat.
with, yeah, okay. So, any other areas in section 8.4? So we've received and reviewed a complete application, okay.
I suppose the newer prepared text begins on page 5 of 12, where the commission goes through the standards.
Mhm.
So again, I have those prepared findings.
Okay. Thank you. And before we move on to 8.5, any other concerns or questions with 8.4? Moving on to 8.5B. Looking at B sub 1.
Has been met.
Has been met, okay. B2.
Met.
Met.
It's been met.
B3.
Has been met.
Met.
B4.
Met.
Yes.
Yes.
B5.
It's really not applicable.
But there are no buildings are proposed in this, so.
Correct. So it's been met.
B6.
Has been met.
Yes.
B7.
It's been met.
Yes.
Yes.
B8.
Yes.
Yes.
B9.
Yes.
Yes.
B10,
Yes.
Yes.
B11,
Has been met.
Yes.
Yes.
B12,
Yes.
Yes.
moving on to section 9.3, A1.
There is a typo. It's supposed to read the intent of the neighborhood commercial zoning district and not AR. Everything else in that is correct. Just,
Okay.
there has to be at least one typo.
Yes.
Yes.
A2,
Yes.
Yes.
A3,
Yes.
and that's yes with the ZBA variance, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Well,
Just one thing with the ZBA variance, I'm not sure if you read through all of it, but, you know, the ZBA approved the use within the highlighted areas as shown on the plan, so that's why the plan is highlighted. So it's not just within the fenced-in areas, because part of that is there's a fence that actually extends off of the parcel,
that would be this diagram, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
which would be the plan the planning commission is approving. I just
Mhm.
wanted to make sure that everybody understands that.
So that far northwest corner wouldn't be allowed? This corner?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's over here.
That's the way I'm seeing it, yes. Yep.
It's kind of a little jog in the road there, too.
It's a very unusually shaped lot.
I'm assuming there's kind of a hill over there too, isn't there?
I think that's all
No.
flat.
It's
all
pretty flat in there,
It's
yeah.
all flat.
Yeah. A4,
Met.
Yes.
A5,
Yes.
Yes.
Met.
A6,
Yes.
Yes.
A7,
Yes.
Yes.
A8,
Yes.
Yes.
A9,
Yes.
Yes.
That's a big one, but the road commission has approved it.
mhm. And the conditions. with six, we're talking about the buffering. In the wintertime, when the leaves have fallen off the trees, it's still pretty, it's pretty dense in there, so
Pretty dense in
you
there, yeah.
really have a hard time.
I just recommend that as a condition. I mean, we expect you guys to be around for the next 200 years, but on year 201, just in case the property does
Mhm.
sell, we
Okay.
want to make sure that buffer is maintained. And, you know, and that to be said, I mean, we understand that, you know, the parking areas aren't, you know, delineated, but it can't be like crammed in there. It's just how it's kind of used now. I mean, like, people need to be able to maneuver in there.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess that'll be recommended condition 10. Boat storage is permitted within the highlighted areas in accordance with the zoning board of appeals approval.
Okay, so we have 10 conditions now. Okay. The next step is to, for the commission to accept the findings of fact that we have reviewed.
I'll make a motion that we accept the findings of fact as we have reviewed them.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the findings of fact as we've reviewed them.
Support.
We have support. Any further discussions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We have accepted the findings of fact. The next is on to our decision. Please review the options that are before us. Option 1 is to approve the project based on the findings of fact. Option 2 would be denial if there were additional findings that would in any way prevent the project from going forward. And just for, we did not come up with any new findings with the exception of number 10, which was inserting the boat storage in the area approved by the ZBA. So I will need a motion for option 1. Okay, we have a motion to approve the project.
I'll second it.
We have support. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. The motion is carried. The decision is positive for the project. Thank you and good luck with your
Continued
activities.
storage.
And thank you for your patience and diligence and
Thank you for your
going
time.
through all of the minor steps that we have to get business done.
Thank you.
JB, meeting dates. I had met with Sarah a little bit earlier. I have some family business that will take me well out of the area for a while in both September and October. And the date that for September was the 26th.
Pretty much we are hoping that the commission is agreeable to pushing both the September meeting and the October meeting back 1 week. So in September, meeting on the 26th as opposed to the 19th, and in October, meeting on the 24th as opposed to the 17th.
Those work with your schedule?
They do, yes. Thank you.
I'm all for it.
Are you sure?
Well, thank you. It's, yeah, yeah, well, I do appreciate that, but I know that if it wouldn't have worked, we have a very capable vice chair that,
No,
What's the
I think you're
October
doing a
date?
great job. so.
The October date, the proposed date would be the 24th.
That September, excuse me, the 26th,
Mhm.
is that what you said?
Yes.
I may be in Colorado. I'm scheduled to come back Monday, but
Traveling nowadays, I completely understand.
Could be Monday the following week.
at that point I'll start walking.
Well, you make the October date.
Yeah,
It's Colorado, you can ride.
yeah.
really, if you do take Amtrak, up it to the business car because you get complimentary non-alcoholic beverages. And they have nicer seats.
It's fine with me.
Chris? Yeah.
Okay, thank you all. So,
Yeah, thank you all.
And then, I would like to discuss a date for a special meeting. As you know, our consultant, at Beckett and Rader, has been working on language. She has that, she suspects it will be ready for next week. So I was wondering if you could make, August 24th, so that's next Thursday. No, you can't.
I cannot do
Well, we won't have a quorum, because I don't know about the other two commissioners, that's absolutely fine. We had additional meeting dates, but I forgot that Rick was going to be gone
Yeah.
for quite a lot of September and October. So
Yeah.
those other dates don't work. I will touch base with our consultant. Would the commissioners be able to meet any earlier in the day?
What day?
Any day? I don't have another date, but just in general, would it be possible to have a day meeting? Because our consultant is much more flexible during the day. She has a lot of night meetings. I know that's a hard ask.
Depending on the day, and for me, except Wednesdays.
yeah, the 21st would not work for me. The afternoon of the 22nd would work. The 23rd,
I mean,
oh,
she gave me like 6 days, so
Oh.
I thought we were gonna have a good,
oh,
good selection, but we didn't.
Oh.
So that's fine. I will touch
Oh.
base with her on a couple of meeting dates, and I'll reach out to you guys individually. That doesn't need to be done in a public meeting.
okay,
It's just because we were here.
Okay,
I just
yeah.
wanted to-
Okay.
I can make the earlier date if it's raining.
Okay.
If it's raining,
If it's-
we can arrange
that.
the,
Typical farmer.
Okay, well, yeah, the 23rd,
I'll be in touch with all of you
okay,
guys.
thank you,
individually.
thank you.
Because our chair has the authority to call a special meeting, so
Yes.
we're good on the open.
Yeah, I will call it with everyone's best interest at heart. Item K, discussion on zoning ordinance. Item L, comments from the chair. Thank you once again for your hard work and diligence at reviewing the materials and being well-prepared and asking good questions. I think that's what makes this commission, I think, one of the nicest ones in Leelanau County. And also, you know, we did a lot of work on short-term rentals, and I'm noticing a lot of other townships, not only in Leelanau County, but in Antrim County, are starting to take a look at short-term rentals and licensing and having ceilings on the number. The Village of Bel Air and Forest Home Township are in the midst of doing that right now. So communities are taking quite an interest in that. Thank you. Comments from planning commissioners?
I don't think we've had this quick of a meeting in quite a while.
Because we got such a great chair.
No, it's, thank good people. But, you know, if you have the rest of the night available, I'm sure we could come up with a discussion that would fill up our time. Okay.
Not about
Just-
anything.
just kidding.
It's related to the planning commission.
Right, okay. Comments from staff?
Just thank you guys. Also, in the consent calendar, as I'm sure you saw, there's a lot of upcoming training opportunities. Definitely take advantage of them. Save the date. The planning conference is actually going to be local this year. It's October 4th, so I'm actually going to be on vacation. I'm going to that at the resort. I also did give you guys this earlier today. We got an invite to preparing for a big project, identifying when we need help, and implementing an escrow policy. This is a training that's being put on by the county. It's free. It's in September. Rick won't be able to attend, but that's fine. I will be there.
I'll just look at your
So yeah,
notes.
just keep your eyes on the training opportunities. It's,
Okay.
a lot going on.
Is there any cost to this? Is it just-
The planning conference, there is a cost associated with it. I believe I know we have at least some money available in the budget. If all of our commissioners want to go, we're not gonna be able to cover all of it, but
Was there like a specific day? I don't think I wouldn't be able to go 3 days in the middle, in the week, but I could maybe pick like a day.
I'm not sure if they have day passes. I'd have
Yeah.
to check their website. They may offer it. I know when it was up at Mackinac, I don't think they did, just because, I mean, that's hard to make it all the way just for a day. But because it's a little bit more localized, maybe.
Anything else for us?
We're still working our way with, we have currently 4 incomplete applications that I'm working with applicants on, so, you know, we might have more on the agendas in the next couple of the months. I'll keep you guys posted.
Okay.
And other than that, that's all I have for you
Okay,
guys.
thank you. Item O, public comment on any item. If you wish to make a public comment, please come to the podium and do so. And I will open the second public comment at 7:43.
Go ahead, Dan.
Seeing no one coming forward at this time, I'll also close it at 7:43. And we are at adjournment, and we will need a motion to proceed with adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We stand adjourned at 7:44.
Doug, what time did?